Well, friends, today is the big day where I am moving abroad to Sofia, Bulgaria, and I'm a little nervous. Like, I have been a full-time nomad for the past 5 years. I've traveled to so many different places, but today does feel quite a bit different because I am, becoming a Canadian non-resident and now going to be a resident of Bulgaria, setting up my company there, and technically a resident of Europe, right? Like, it's just so much easier to, explore the world from Europe than it is from Canada. So I am super, super excited for the start of this journey. Today, I'm also flying with a new airline that I have never flown with before. It is called Discover Airlines. I guess it's like a budget version of Lufthansa. So I'm in the international terminal here in Calgary, and I have a direct flight to Frankfurt, where then I have an 8-hour layover, and then it's a 2-hour flight to Sofia. Technically not bad, not like flying to, Southeast Asia from Canada. That is a whole thing. So let me actually show you guys what I'm working with here as far as luggage goes. Obviously, I have 2 really big boxes that I shipped, to Bulgaria that I'll pick up later. But as far as things that I'm taking with me, I have 2 large checked bags with all of like my winter clothes and some personal things. I have all of my electronics, valuables, paperwork in my carry-on. And yeah, that is it. Hopefully my bags are within the weight limits and everything goes smoothly. All right, guys, so I got through security relatively unscathed. Of course, my check-in was way overweight. It's supposed to only be 8 kilograms, but I feel like that's ridiculous, for anybody who has a lot of electronics like I do. Like, there's no way with the weight of the bag, plus a computer, plus cameras, plus I have a drone, that they don't allow you to put in your check-in, right? Understandably, there's no way that it's going to be under 8 kilos. So I had to have a whole long discussion with a manager, and like I told her, I'm moving, I'm sorry, I have so much stuff, there's nothing I can do. And thankfully, after rearranging a few things, we were able to make it work. Now, one thing that was not a hassle, and that I'm certainly glad that I did before getting to the airport, is downloading an Airlo eSIM. They are the sponsor of today's video, and if you guys use my code Alina3, you will get $3 off your first eSIM. Just click the link in my description and download the Airlo app. You guys may have heard me talk about Airlo before, where I have used them in China, Southeast Asia, and now Europe, where they have a Eurolink eSIM that covers 42 different countries. So this is perfect for me today, where I'm going to have data as soon as I land in Sofia, so I can, message my host for the place that I'm staying in. I can order a taxi, and I can even have data on my layover in Frankfurt, because it is one of the covered countries under the eSIM. Of course, Airlo covers other parts of the world as well. They actually cover over 200 different countries and regions. So there is an Asia Link eSIM, there is a LATAM Link eSIM, and if you're really jumping all over the place, they also have a global eSIM called their Discover eSIM that covers 136 different countries.
Airlo is just extremely convenient because you don't have to worry about changing, physical SIM cards. You have data as soon as you land, and you also don't have to worry about high roaming bills because you know exactly how much data you're going to get for exactly how much money you're going to spend. Airlo is actually the first and leading eSIM store on the market that is trusted by 20 million travelers, including myself. So if you guys want to try them out, make sure you use my code Alina3 to get $3 off. I'm going to have a link in the description. Definitely check them out.
If you're new to my channel, I'm sure there's some of you who are wondering why. Why did I choose Bulgaria? Well, first of all, I guess I have to state the reason that I'm leaving Canada in the first place is really a business decision. Because let's be frank, in the last few years, the cost of living in Canada has gotten pretty out of hand, and especially as someone who has a remote business that they can do from anywhere, I didn't really see the point of paying those high prices while traveling half the year and paying for social services that I don't really use at this point in time. And also for my line of work, which is travel and having to, be in many different countries to create content, Canada is just geographically very far and not well centered for that sort of thing. So that's why I was primarily looking at either Eastern Europe or Southeast Asia as areas of the world that have a lower cost of living, that I feel comfortable in, that I like the people, and that are fairly centrally located to many different areas. Having spent the last couple of years in Southeast Asia, I did end up narrowing things down to Eastern Europe because I realized that that's kind of the area of the world where I would integrate most easily because I'm originally from Ukraine. So even though each country is different, we do have a lot of similarities. And Bulgaria specifically is, a Slavic culture. They invented the Cyrillic alphabet, which I can read since I speak Russian. So it was kind of an easy choice, both socially and integration-wise. I actually spent about 3 months in 2020 in Bulgaria and was honestly so impressed with the country as far as what it had to offer, how welcoming and kind the people were, and that it really was an ideal choice for my business as far as the cost of living being one of the less expensive countries in the EU. It has much lower taxes at only 10%. And Sofia, the capital city, is very well connected to many other hub cities all over Europe and even parts of Asia. And at the end of the day, I really just wanted to take this opportunity to try something new, especially when I do have, this YouTube channel and am able to work remotely. Like, why not try living abroad in a new place? Like, you can always go home, you can always go back, but you're never going to be the age you are now with the opportunities that you have now. I just figure you may as well make the most of it. And since living in Europe again has been a dream of mine for quite a few years, I thought I would take this opportunity. Well, I made it to Germany, friends, but I am exhausted. Sadly, I did not sleep. I really thought I was going to, especially with taking that melatonin, drink thing, but I didn't. I just couldn't fall asleep, and it's just so uncomfortable, obviously, in economy. If I was in business, 100% I would have slept, but in economy, sitting upright, I just never sleep on planes if that's the case, unless I'm insanely tired. So since it is 3-4 a.m. right now in Calgary, now I really feel like sleeping, and I'm actually gonna see if they have some kind of nap capsules here in Frankfurt. I did hear there should be some, so I think I'm just gonna get some food and see if I can find those little nap room things. All
Alright guys, so this was kind of the best option I could find as far as restaurants go. They have some, you know, good looking German options. So since I am in Germany, may as well get a sausage.
So we'll see how it tastes, but these sausages look quite different than I was expecting. That's what she said. Also, the potato salad is, you know, different than we do it. So yeah, let's give this a try.
I actually can't remember the last time that I was in Germany. It's probably like 5-6 years ago, so I really remember like the big sausages. Maybe those are called currywurst. I don't know. Let's try this with a bit of mustard. You know what? It was a good sausage. It was better than I was expecting. Let's try the potato salad. It's cold. I actually expected it to kind of be hot from the way that it looked. It is pretty good. Let's try the other sausage because it looks kind of different than the first one. Also very good. I feel like I definitely will have to come back to Germany during Oktoberfest, as you do. And of course, in the Christmas season, they also have amazing like Christmas markets and stuff, but I feel like I've kind of, you know, missed it for this time of year, but I will definitely be back. And here we are. I don't know how these work. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. Oh my god, I'm totally gonna do this. Oh, only from 1:40 p.m. onward, so I can only have an hour-long nap. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, so I have bad news, guys. If I want to stay just 40 minutes, that's available right now. It's like 34 euro, which is usually the price of 2 hours. I can either do that because I'm super tired right now, or I can go to their other location and they do have some availability around like 2-3 p.m. So I think I might do that instead. Alright guys, so this actually worked out great. I believe that this is my cabin and they send you like a confirmation. I booked this, you know, online. I think you kind of have to because otherwise, you know, they're all just occupied. So let's see if this works.
gosh, guys, I'm so happy I did this actually. Well worth the money. How do I close the shades? Oh, amazing. Oh my god, this is magical, guys. I'm going to have 2.5 hours of rest. Like, first of all, I hope I will actually be able to sleep until 4:40 p.m. But even if I don't, it will just feel so good to take off my shoes and lay horizontally.
2 hours later.
That was quite possibly, friends, the best $50 that I have ever spent. I feel so much better. Like, obviously it wasn't even a full sleep. I could have definitely slept for like 6 hours straight, because first of all, it was pretty dark in there and I had my eye mask, and then on top of that I also wore earplugs because, you know, it's a little bit loud in the terminal. And yeah, I will say that, like, if you have a chance, use those things. They're actually pretty good. You know, sometimes when you have those pods, it's not really the same. It kind of feels like you're in a hostel, but just your own little room with like a proper bed. Amazing. Unfortunately, I'm not in the tax bracket just yet where I can, you know, just get business class and not worry about it. Like, sometimes it is so stupidly priced, like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 more than economy, where I feel like, you know, is that really justified? Like, is that really worth a night of sleep? So what I've been trying to do is learn how to, like, you know, point hack and stuff with my credit cards. I've been saving up quite a bit, so I'll be able to do it later. But for this flight, unfortunately, there wasn't really many good, like, you know, point hack options for business class. So that was 100% worth it, is what I'm trying to say. I do feel so much better, and now I have about 2 hours until my flight to Sofia departs. I officially made it to Sofia, guys. I'm just about to pick up my luggage, and I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that I already passed immigration when I was in Frankfurt. Because when I went from the gates that I landed in, had to go to that like Terminal A, Gates A area, I had to go through immigration there, and they like stamped my passport. And since Bulgaria is now in the Schengen zone, I guess that's where I entered, and it was like super easy, no problems, no questions. So all that's really left to do is pick up my luggage, get a taxi, though I'll be honest, I don't know if their version of Uber Taxi Me is going to work for pickup from the airport. If it doesn't, I know they have like an official taxi I can use, so we'll see about that. And yeah, hopefully I will be able to get into my apartment before midnight. Alright guys, so I'm now out of the airport, and I know that's the legit taxi. That's the okay something, I forget the name of it. But there's also Taxi Me, which is their version of Uber. So I think it should work for me. I just don't know where the pickup point is the problem. Alright guys, I made it. I'm not going to show the outside of the building, you know, just for privacy reasons. But this is the entrance of my temporary apartment. I'm not going to be staying here a long time. It's just for the time being until I find something else. Oh, it is dark. But now I have to get all of my luggage up a lot of stairs. Oh my god, you guys, that was a journey. One of my suitcases also fell down the stairs. I probably woke up the whole building. Oh, okay, I'm finally here. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to have finally arrived. Let's do a little apartment tour. It's a lovely 1-bedroom apartment, because as I was telling you guys before, I actually want a 2-bedroom apartment, but for the time being, you know, this is the place that I'm starting with because it's, you know, perfectly good enough for me, and I won't be hosting, you know, anybody for a little while. So I'm paying about 1,500 Canadian a month, which, you know, is high obviously because it is a short term. It's not like a long term sort of lease. You could definitely get like a really fancy 2-bedroom for that price long term. But since this is just short term and in a really nice area, that's why the price. But yeah, this is the cute, very little washroom. European showers. I'd actually prefer a bathtub, to be honest, at the place that I end up choosing. But this one also has a washing machine, which is nice. And yeah, what a day. Now, one last thing that I wanted to close off this video with, and please excuse how I look. Yes, I'm very greasy and sweaty right now. I have been through it. But my mom mentioned this to me as we were driving to the airport today. Like I did not at all make the connection and forgot about this. Interesting synchronicity, you could say, where I left Canada yesterday, December 29th, 2024, and arrived here in Sofia, because you guys have been, and I was saying that I'm saying it wrong. I know it's Sofia, not Sophia. I'll actually let you know why I pronounce it that way, because it's stuck in my brain that way. But the first point is, so I arrived here December 30th, right? And we arrived in Canada in 1995 on December 30th. Right before the new year, we got to Canada, and here I am, and I swear I didn't plan it. Like I just, chose this date because it was the best available flight and I had, you know, a good intuitive feeling about it. So kind of interesting that I now moved, you know, back to Eastern Europe, here to Sofia on December 30th, which is 29 years ago. So, you know, 29 years in Canada. I left on December 29th. Is there something there, or is it just a random coincidence? I don't know. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention, why I pronounce Sofia as Sofia usually, is because my family's apartment in Kiev is actually somewhat close to the really famous church that they have there called Saint Sophia. So, you know, in my head, it's just like locked in there. I always pronounce it Sophia. I know it's Sofia, but yeah, kind of interesting that, you know, I chose this city above so many others, and it has, you know, such a kind of close name connection with the place that I grew up in, and I moved here on the date that we moved to Canada. I don't know, I could be overthinking it, obviously, but my mom mentioned it this morning and I was like, oh, yeah, you know, I never thought about it, and that's such a, you know, interesting sort of synchronicity. But yeah, guys, I'm going to take a shower. I am tired. I am going to get to bed, and I will probably vlog tomorrow, like my first day in Sofia, because it is going to be the new year soon, and I know for sure everything's going to be closed January 1st. So since tomorrow's the 31st, I want to get groceries. I want to get some stuff that I didn't bring with me, like shampoo and all of that, because it was too heavy. So yeah, I'll technically see you guys tomorrow or today if it's already after midnight. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and would love to hear from you in the comments. If you have moved abroad, I would love to know where you moved to, with who, or by yourself. What was your experience? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Big thank you to Airlo for sponsoring today's video. Please use my code Alina3 to get $3 off your first eSIM. I'm gonna have a link in the description. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, keep being your own kind of beautiful. Bye now.